You see this video here? I know you be asking, what is happening? What is happening? Why is this woman kneeling down before this group of women? This group of women are Umuada. Umuada. If you're an Igbo person, if you ever have any issues and get into one kind of tussle with these women, if they call you, you would answer. So when they are presenting Igbo societies as a society that subjugates women or does this and does that to women, these are women and they are challenging what their fellow woman did. And at the end of the day, at the end of the video, you will see them calling the son of the woman to come and his wife because they want to talk to them as well. So what did these people do? Obviously, they did not take care of their mother when the mother was alive. They did not take care of the mother when the mother was alive. And because they did not take care of this woman when she's alive, these women are here to tell them and rub it to their face that they are not worthy. They are not worthy to call that woman their mother. Now what they do is they stay in the village. You would think they are not saying. And they are the ones that are going to be assisting that woman when she's alive. Some people will, maybe she cannot cook or do stuff for herself. Her co-wives will come around, keep her company, and do all. So they are seeing what the children are doing. They will not talk. When my mom was alive, she was like, when she buries her mother, my grandmother, that she will be proud of doing it because she took care of her mother. It's unfortunate that she died before her mother. But she said that she would be proud. These things are actions or practices that keep the Igbo society together. In our society, one person don't give birth or train a child. The community, the entire community trains that child. So even though that they sometimes go extreme measures, but everything, the initial reason why these things are done this way is because of one thing: to make sure that children are well trained in the society. And this is even what gives these women the right to question their fellow woman and their son and tell them to their face that they did not do right by their mother. So when colonization came and somehow saw the power Igbo women had, they did not just sit idly and wait to be commanded or wait to be given things. These are things that colonization and westernization took away from the African society. It took that privilege. They will tell you back in the day that Umuada, when they call you, you will come and answer. Be you man, be you woman, be you who you are, you come and answer your Umuada. And when a case is ongoing in a family, and a Umuada, especially the first daughter, that has sense, because they will also tell you that irrespective of our African society giving this privilege to women, we don't abuse it. They will tell you that when we come together to say that this woman is not a good person and we reject her from our community, it will not disturb or it will not cause or breed misfortune to us. So when the problem in the family and a Umuada come and says this thing is supposed to be like this, it is going to be that way. Because the woman, the first daughter, Ada, she's the person that said it. And that thing that she said would also fall under good reasoning. That's why I said that Igbo women don't abuse such powers, because everything has checks and has balances. So these are the things colonization took away from the Igbo society. And there are other instances that we cannot even verify again, because some of those practices are long forgotten. So sometimes they just kind of come up. And it's even sad for me when I see This Umuada doing an exact opposite of what they should do. Back in the day, in those days, when there are issues of domestic violence, it is still these women that come together and challenge the man. Why were you doing this to your woman, to your wife? Why don't you take care of your family? As a man, you're not supposed. It is still these women. But somehow, they also hold their members accountable. If you're a woman and you're misbehaving, like one old man told me one time, he said that if a woman sleeps outside, if you cheat on your husband, that you will be pregnant and you get pregnant in the process. You will be pregnant and you will not give birth to that child. He now went on to even say that now, if a woman exceeds 9 months, they'll just take her to the hospital and they're just going to, deliver the baby through CS. Well, all those things are, if you understand the Igbo society, it is deep rooted in a lot of spiritual. It is spiritual, that is all these things. So it's always difficult to ascertain. But to an extent, they make sense. To an extent, not full, but to an extent, they make sense. So when that thing happens, and the woman knows that she did something with another man outside of her marriage, it is this Umuada that will come. They will call her, she will call them. And she's going to confess. She's going to tell them what she did. And after that, they use kola nut and they will perform another cleansing rites on her. And afterwards, she would give birth. So you see that there is this form of checks and balance in the African society. But colonization, westernization, and religious indoctrinations took it away from us. We are chasing shadows, thinking that because when the Westerners came, the missionaries came, rather, the women were first to be indoctrinated, and those women in return brought their husbands to the church, not the other way around. So you see most people be like, hey, it's our women that did all those things. Please. So I might not really know the reasons why our women were running away from the traditional system. Maybe they felt the grass was greener in the other side. But the grass has never been greener. It's just lack of understanding. So maybe I used to rationalize. Maybe they were running from the polygamous institution that we had. Or maybe they felt that women were not really appreciated. And that other kind of people might give them a better deal. But that's not true. Because compared to Igbo ancient society or pre-colonial society, how we dealt with women, the whole how we dealt with women and how Western societies dealt with their women, I would always pick Igbo society 1,000 times more than theirs. Now remember, I said Igbo pre-colonial Asian society. Now, Western women are now able to go through some system of reforms, giving them some kind of rights in their society. Now, the rights that we enjoyed before colonization was now redacted from Igbo women. Now, when people say, feminism was never a thing, it is because we, as Igbo people, didn't have a need for feminism. But Western world, they had a need for feminism. Now, because of how things are currently, African women are now tuning into feminism because of the indoctrination, the error that most of our African men think that is part of the indigenous Igbo society, just like bride price, where they tell you that bride price means that you have bought that woman. And you now hear Igbo men say, a woman I bought with my money. These are indoctrinations. And these were never how Igbo women were perceived, especially when it comes to the issue of bride price or bride wealth. And when it now comes to the issue of inheritance, we somehow forget that Ido Nono is the Igbo system of inheritance for women. Now, while African men inherit ancestral lands, is because as a woman, you are going to marry and marry into another family. Are you now going to marry into another family? And you will now carry the ancestral land, ancestral force of your own father and give it to the ancestral forces of another family. So you have to see the rationale there. Now, Idunono is how African families give inheritance to their daughters, depending on what such family has. But we don't know all these things. So it is good that we know them. But nonetheless, if you don't want your Umuada to call you like this and question you, you have to learn to do well by your parents. You have to do well to take care of your mother, to take care of your family members. I don't say you should go and sacrifice yourself, but to whom much is given, much is expected. And don't forget to subscribe. We've come to the end of today's conversations. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my other social media pages for more articles and conversations. And until next time, yeah guys, yeah.